Nu är vi det här. Now we're here. Hi everybody and welcome to Harnet och Jana and our webinar or live stream about law of attraction. And we have a homepage, effortlessliving.com, and we have a podcast in Swedish. And we have also workshops in law of attraction in English and Swedish. And we have been doing this quite a long time.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Of course, otherwise we wouldn't be here or do it. This is so fun to co-create together and co-create with all you guys who are listening or if, whatever you are doing. Last time I was answering some questions about law of attraction that people ask us in different occasions. It could be friends or people attend our workshops. And today we're going to talk about how awesome life is and could be for everybody if you get conscious about law of attraction and how you can not use it, but live with it, because you don't use it.
No. Create your life deliberately.
Yeah, exactly. Because law of attraction is like law of gravity. It is there, you know it or not. But believe me or us, it's better to know it, that it's there for us. And it's like life. It's for us, not against us. So what is awesome life?
I think when I was younger, I thought awesome life was that you're supposed to be happy all the time and that you don't have to struggle so much for everything, that you will get everything that you wanted. You just like that.
Yeah.
And I think if you have come from that kind of life that you have to fight for things, or you feel that you have to struggle, or you have to give a lot of effort to get things, you would imagine that, oh, if I just could have everything I wanted, that would be great, because that is the contracts of what you are living right now.
But is it that, I mean, in your past, when you were younger, that get everything you want is something outside of you?
It is.
And then you're happy. So I think for both of us, if I can speak,
yeah.
that now we know that it's different. We are happy first, and then we get what we want.
Yeah, because you do make the effort and you get stuff, and then you realize, oh,
I could get it easier.
But that didn't make it for me, because I wasn't happy. I wasn't fully happy.
Exactly, before.
Yeah, so it always something to complain about.
Exactly.
It was always something that you wanted to change, something that you hated maybe, or somebody you hated. I'm not going to mention any name. Or that was some part of your life that wasn't, you were not satisfied with it. So it was always, even if something was going good, there was always that thing that didn't go well, and you never felt satisfied, you never felt content.
But everybody has those friends,
yes,
or people around us who are complaining about their work or relationship or the dinner meal they choose at the restaurant or the trip they choose or the hotel they choose. They are getting really nice things and they're complaining because their mind is default onto the negative, onto something not good, because they don't feel good inside. So it doesn't matter what life gives them. They are eating lemons anyway.
Yeah.
They get like nice fruits. So you can live an awesome life every day. And the awesome life, it's not what is outside of you. It's not how you look like, if you're healthy, if you have money, if you have the perfect relationship, the job. It's how you feel.
Yeah, and Esther
Hicks.
Yeah, Esther Hicks. We love Abraham Hicks. Abraham say that it's a never-ending thing. So it's not like it's never, you can never get it wrong and you never get it done. It's the expression they use, and it's that the way it is. It doesn't mean that you are done with everything, that you have manifested the life, because you always want more, and there is nothing wrong in wanting more. But when you have an awesome life, according to us, is that you are satisfied where you are. You are satisfied where you are, and you're excited where you're going. It doesn't mean that you are stagnated or that you are stuck somehow, or that you don't have any ambitions or any dreams or any desires anymore. You do have all of that, but you are still very satisfied where you are. And where you are doesn't always have to be picture perfect, and it's not that you don't have bad days or a contrast or things doesn't go your way. But when you are in that state, it doesn't matter that it doesn't go your way, because you do know, you see it more as a learning experience, I think. So even if you have problems, it's not really a problem.
No.
Because
it's
you know,
a stepping stone to something, to desire, to want more.
Yeah. And before, maybe you thought that problem could be the thing that would like that was the end of
the life.
End of life. It was the end of life, but it was like, because it could trigger so much worry and anxiety, and you could feel insecure and a lot of things. So that hindered you in a way. You didn't take any decisions, or you didn't do anything,
or
you felt scared, or you didn't know what to do. Now it's like whatever decision I make, I feel comfortable, because I know I will be okay anyway. And that is something that I feel very safe having that belief.
I was going to tell that when you brought up that it's never ending story, it's ongoing process. And for me, it's like, it's hopeful. I'm so hopeful on that. It's my decision to be happy. It's my decision to react or think thoughts about some situation or some person. It's always my control what I think.
Yes.
And I love the thought. I love the idea of it. I love knowing that it's I choose if I want to be happy, or how long time I'm grumpy or whatever. And now if I get the contrast, we mean contrast is problems or difficulties, but that's it is not in our vocabulary anymore. We always talk about contrast.
Yeah.
So contrast is something you just meet, and how you meet the contrast. It could be just a delayed train, or it could be that your car get broke, or your freezer get broke, or you get dumped in a relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
That's contrast.
Or you don't get the job that you thought you wanted, or things not going your way.
But it's always going your way. It's just you are not there for receiving the whole thing, the whole package. Life is always there for us, giving us the whole package. But if I'm like, my mind is like 50% filled with problems, difficulties. Oh, this, I don't want that. I don't want that. And the universe hears you. Oh, she don't want that. So we give her more that she's focused on, not wanting. So you have only 50% open door for the life to deliver to you want. So of course you get only 50% what you want. But when you clear up those not wanting things,
and just when you
get the whole package.
Yeah, you get the whole package. And just being aware that you are the one who are creating your own life. I think that's a thing that a lot of people, it takes a long time to really, really grasp how much you create of your life, because you think there's so many different issues that create my life. It's not only me, but mostly it's you.
So it's like, oh, my partner is this and that, or my kids, or my parents, or
and if they would be like that, life would be different. And you don't take a step back and say, but I chose my partner, so that was my manifestation. And why was I attracted to that person?
Or maybe somebody's saying, oh, I didn't choose my partner or my colleagues. Oh, guess what?
You did.
You did in an energy level.
Yeah.
If you're like, we are talking about the emotional scale. It's like 0 to 10. Here is like really crappy feelings, like
hopeless,
despair, and here is a joy, satisfaction. So it's in between is all the emotions. So if you are in a worry moment when you are going to your work, you're going to meet colleagues that are in the same level, giving you back what you are inside, what you are feeling, what you are thinking. So you are a part of your own creations.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And some days maybe you just that day you are in that level, but some people have a
Exactly.
lifetime in that level. You have a lifetime of anger, of resentment,
Yeah, disappointment.
of disappointment. So
not
that would be
forgivingness.
not forgiveness, and it's and maybe it would take more to shift that, but it's if you do it, I mean, it's there. You can still do it. It doesn't matter how old you are or how many years you've been there.
So awesome life is about having no regrets, because there's nothing to regret. You have every day, every moment, a new opportunity to choose again, choose something else, or whatever you want.
Choose another reaction, choose another thought, choose another feeling.
And there is nothing to forgive either. For as long as you have to forgive something, you have criticized or judged something to be bad or wrong. And when you give up those things, those words or beliefs, yes, about forgiveness, then you can let those things go. There is nothing to forgive. It's just life. And life happens all the time. Life happens to us.
Yes,
but how we react today is different.
That is very advanced, that there is nothing to forgive. I'm not there yet. I'm working my way to that. But at least when you do forgive, because I think a lot of people you have the perception that if I forgive, that means that what you did was okay, and that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about that sometimes when you are still in that place, when you have not forgiven, that means that you haven't let go. It means that you're still carrying in that with you,
and that's the blockage, and that's for the universe to deliver you something.
Yeah. So if somebody done something to you when you were a little child and you couldn't do something about it then, and then happened to you, and then you carry it with you in your adult life, that thing is happening to you over and over and over and over again. But now it's not the person who did it that does it to you. Now you're doing it to yourself. So when you forgive, you are letting that go. You are setting yourself free, not the person who, or circumstances or whatever happened. You're not setting that. You're not forgiving means that you're letting that free. You're giving yourself permission to move on. You're giving yourself permission to be who you are now, not the person who did or did not do or that happened to. So it's the way of forgiveness. And then when you have come even further, that means that you feel that, oh, what happened? I don't need to forgive it because that was part of life. But that it's advanced.
Level up.
Yeah.
So forgiveness is not for anybody else than you.
Yeah, you do it for yourself.
Exactly. It's your self-love. You're forgiving that you are forgiven.
Yeah.
So
because if you're gonna forgive
and also yourself. That's why there's no regrets.
Because that is the thing, that when you do forgive other people, you cannot do it if you don't forgive yourself.
Exactly.
So you forgive yourself for being there, you forgive yourself, you forgive the person for doing it, you forgive everything. And then so forgiveness is a release. It's the way to open the door and let the light in.
And the awesome life is about, that you are on the right path. Even if you open the so-called wrong door, it's always the right path.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I probably attracted this experience, this door. I went to that door and it was delayed to go to my goal or whatever I wanted.
And when you get to that place, you would know, oh, I needed to go through that door, because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't probably have this kind of experience, or I wasn't there, so I couldn't see it until I had that experience. So you see that it's a part of life.
Yeah. So people tell me, as I coach them, we do coach too, individually. So people ask, Jana, oh, why didn't I choose that? Or why did I choose that?
I know better now.
Exactly. So it's collecting data about life for the next time to choose even better.
Yeah.
So it's like you have a buffet and you taste the different foods. You know what food you like and you don't like.
Yeah.
But first you have to taste it, doesn't you?
Yeah.
And you don't condemn yourself tasting it.
When you know better, you do better.
Exactly.
Maya Angelou said that. And it's so true, because you didn't know. So you made that decision based on the knowledge you had then. And that is
And even though you sorry, if you choose the same
Thing
food
twice, yeah.
twice, it doesn't make you stupid. Just make you hopeful, because
Yeah.
you are hoping maybe it tastes good this time.
Yeah.
And
you're a romantic kind of person.
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. Some lesson takes you some years to learn, and some lesson costs you a little bit more, but at least
we have those.
at the end. Me, no. But at the
I'm
end,
gonna tell you later.
but at the end of the day, you still get it, and that is the beauty of it. I think it's that you're always evolving, and that is why it's as important that you invest in yourself, invest in your own development. So because you do, as you evolve, you make different choices, and you would see, you do not make the same mistake. There is no mistake, but you don't make
same
less satisfying choices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more. You choose the right thing at the right time, and you do it, and everything have a different flow.
And everybody knows about mindfulness, and mindfulness is a stepping stone to being right here and now, and that's the awesome life. You are not worried about the future or planning the future too much. You can plan, but not like stuck there in planning
or exciting,
exactly
expecting wonderful thing to happen. Yeah.
And it's like pure expecting, and you are not dodging in the past or remembering things and telling about the past. Or past is also what happened 1 hour ago or 1 day ago. So whatever you talk about or are dwelling in, let it be like nice things, things that makes your heart sing and make you warm inside and make you smile on your face and just want to like, ooh, this feels good, just for the sake of it. And that's why awesome life is like visioning, daydreaming, and like talking with your friends. How would your dream vacation look like? Just play with your friends and everybody. And I play that with my mom, and you play with your sister, and so we have, and your children, I suppose.
Our children, absolutely.
So play, life is a play, life is a game, and it's fun game. It's not a horror game, unless you want it, of course.
Of course.
We have different desires here.
Yeah, because it is, you have to know that everything that you bring into everything is about energy. So what kind of energy do I have? What is my inner circle? What kind of energy do they have? Do they talk about other people? Do they talk about small things? Do they talk about or do they lift me up, or do they lift me down? What kind of energy do I have in my life? And that's very important, and that is the choices you make, and it's part of your self-love, self-care. You have to have high standard for what kind of energy you bring, and that is everything: the books that you read, the movie that you see, the conversation that you have, the food that you eat, the people you surround yourself with. And sometimes it could be your family. Maybe you feel, I cannot choose my family, but you can choose what to talk to them about. You can choose to be part of that conversation, or are you gonna keep quiet when it's something that you don't feel comfortable with, or something that you don't feel aligned with you? So it's a choice you make and then you don't have to make that choice anymore.
It's being part of you.
It's being part of you. So when somebody is negative, they don't call you. But if somebody have good news, they call you. And that is wonderful, because then, okay, I am there. I am not, because you don't match with the negative energy, only match with the positive.
So the awesome life is about, you have like how many hours? 18 hours a day. I mean, I don't know what you have, but around that 15.
Yeah.
Awake time. What do you put your time into? If you always talk about, I don't like this and I don't like that, I hate this, they are stupid, they are this and that, is this what you put your time to? If it's prepaving for your next moment, so feel free. But if you want to change your life, if you want to feel good, if you want to create something new in your life,
you have to start to focus on what you want
and talk about those things. What do you like? I like this, I want this, I'm happy about that, I appreciate those things.
And talk about the things that is happening that is good. It doesn't matter how small they are.
There's no small or big.
There's no small and big. Yeah, but you can feel like, I'm having a bed to sleep in. Yes, that could be something very positive to talk about. Or you can, if you have nothing to say, you can always say that I have a great bed, or I have a wonderful plant, or it could be anything that is good in your life. Just start to, what you focus on grows all the time. And I think we have a tendency to focus on what the negative, we have a tendency to focus on the problem. But we know about that. We just need to, if I want to create a positive life, I have to focus on the things that is going well, the things that I want more of.
Exactly.
Even if I have 2 minutes conversation that was positive and everything else was negative in that day, I could focus on those 2 minutes and make them, that is where my energy is. And then the shift happens and you draw to more and more positive.
So about that, you choose also your friends. Somebody tells me, but you don't choose your family. No, but you choose if you want to be with them, how long time you spend with them, and you choose what you talk with them. So if you are coming there and already before you meet your family or those persons who are something minor good for you, so you are always creating before you go there. So if you are thinking, oh, they are so negative and they are grumpy and they are this and that,
and I never have fun when I'm with them, I know this is
guess
gonna be
what?
tough.
That's what you created. That's your creation.
Because you say all that before you met them. You haven't even met them yet. You don't know what.
So give them a chance to be some happy people. So if you can just wash away yesterday or 5 years ago, 10 years ago, your whole life, how it was or how they were. So give them a chance to change.
Yeah.
If you see them in their highest potential, if you see them as happy people, as skipping around, living life, strong people, confident people, positive people, nice people, that's what you're going to meet eventually.
Because everybody have that side.
Or then they are going never to be at home when you come to visit.
And if you cannot do that, if that feels too much of a jump that they are going to, you can focus on yourself. You can say, I am always happy wherever I am. I always have good conversation and good time wherever I go. I always feel good about myself no matter who I am with. So you can focus on that. And if that's very strong, that person wouldn't come to you, or that person wouldn't say that comment that would set you off, or
I think the family members are those who are the last ones we can cope with, like in a good way, and make us feel good in many days in a row, like Christmas or summer or something. But if you have this challenge or contrast with your family, so what I would say that the first step is maybe use a little amount of time with them, and then you draw and say, okay, I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to take a walk, I'm going to meditate, whatever you can say.
And give yourself a breather.
Exactly.
And them also, maybe they don't want to be with you either.
Have you think about that? Maybe you think you are grumpy. Yeah. So sometimes the easiest or the path of least resistance is to have short moments, or have very long time in between when you meet them. Make it maybe 1 month or half a year, I don't know, maybe a year. I did have that when I was really young, like I was 16, 17. I didn't want to meet my parents in many years, and because I loved them, but in distance. And but if you get yourself in a way you build up inside, then you can meet whoever. You can meet your mom, your dad, your siblings, your friends from childhood.
And I think even if it's a person that you, when you build yourself up, if you are in love, you always meet a person who are also love. If you are the light, you always meet another light. Even if that person only have darkness, but they have a little light, then the light in you, you meet
resonates
that. Resonate with that. So it always
a match,
no matter the circumstances.
So let's say you are in love. You see the world through the rosa glasses, or what color they could be, green glasses if you like green. So you meet only people who are in your level. You meet nice people in the store, in the bus drivers, other people you meet, they're always shining with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be in your vicinity. Or you see only the good in everybody. So that's like having an awesome life. You don't need to have be in love with one certain person.
No.
You can be in love with life.
Mm.
And you are the life. You can be in love with yourself. And that means that you are in love with the life.
Yeah.
So that's possible. And of course, as you told earlier, that of course there's contrast. We could wake one morning and say, oh my God, you have to go up, you have to do this. And if I can, I stay in bed. I don't call anybody, I don't answer the calls, I don't send emails, I just let that pass.
Yeah.
Because I believe and I know it's gonna pass.
You don't condemn yourself or call yourself different things.
Like I should know better.
Yeah, or I shouldn't feel this way. It's nothing. You are allowed to have feeling. You're allowed to have all kind of feelings, and they are just feelings. It's nothing that defines you. It doesn't mean that if I feel sad today that I have to be sad always. But it's okay for me to feel sad, and I let it come, and I don't judge it, and it passed through. And if I can choose which. And if it takes more than one day, maybe it takes weeks, it's okay as well. You know that you are going through this, and there's part of it. And then when you feel, if you have had a couple of bad days, when you come to the good day, that good day feels even better.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is the whole thing with contrast. If you eat when you are really hungry, the food tastes better than you would if you have been eating when you were, not that hungry. So I mean, that is the point of that is. So this is why we need contrast in our life, because if we wouldn't have it, we wouldn't enjoy the other thing more. So it doesn't have to be that, oh, I am here now on the things are not going my way. That doesn't mean that I'm going always to be there, or that I have to get that job or to get that thing. If I don't get it, my life would never be better. I can still not get that job, feel sad about it, and then move on. And the same thing with everything else. Even if at that moment you feel like, oh,
disaster.
Disaster. But it's never disaster, because everything works out for me.
Of course.
So
I want to add something about previous what we talk about. It was like when you evolve, when you get conscious about your way to think, to talk, to be, and react and act in this world, you never ever go back in your evolution.
That's the good part.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
We can feel it. Oh my God, we know so much, and even though that we meet the contrast in our way, so you never go back. You only go forward.
Yeah. And that's why I love when I see people go through that. I know that they will never go back.
Exactly.
And I love it. Even if it feels like that you are going back, even if it looks like you are going back, you are never going back, because you can be there for a little while and then you go further, because you cannot be in that circumstances as much.
Life don't let us be miserable forever. So, and that's the same of awesomeness. Life is not about that you are frisky forever. It's also a contrast to get a flu occasionally, if you get that. I mean, I'm not sick at all, I would say. And if I get something, I mean, flu or bad knee or something, which I don't have, but if I would get that, or headache, I would like, what did I thought previously? What was the thought, the emotion that I was clinging onto? And I always can get a grip of something. And if I don't care, because that's also something I know it's going to pass.
Yeah.
The headache or the knee or whatever I have going on in this body is telling me that I have been in a energy thoughts that are very heavy energy. And if I thinking that too much or too long or a long time,
it's festering in your body.
Exactly, it's manifesting in my body.
Yeah,
just an indication that Anna, there's something you can let go, and the momentum is already there. So if I have a headache, it's going to pass eventually. I don't know. I take a nap. I take a walk. I just sit down or watch something I
Yeah.
like, and it's gonna pass. So even the bodily conditions
because
are
it is-
indicators.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's another, and if you are not in touch with your body, that is when it happens so much that it's almost screaming for
Exactly.
you to say.
It has been like really nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And in the end, when you don't listen, it's like, hello.
Because when you don't do the things that it's good for you, let's
Mm.
say you don't rest, you don't eat well, even if you feel in your mind that, oh, I'm going to keep doing that, your body said stop. So we have an intelligence in our body that if we are in connection, body, mind, soul, you can feel that. You can feel, oh my God, this is not good for me, or I shouldn't do that. And your body tell you that a lot of times if you just learn to listen. So, and that is a journey as well, that you get a connection with yourself. And part of that is getting in connection with your own body. And it's not always easy because you've been criticizing it your whole life and you feel like, oh, I hate my arms, I hate my thighs, I hate this, I hate that. We're not very good friends to our body all the time, but they want our best.
Yeah, exactly. So all these thoughts, it's not about judging somebody else, it's also judging ourselves. And all these thoughts are very heavy energy. It takes our down in emotional scale, like a stone, like a concrete.
Yeah.
And that energy is still here in the body, like, oh, I have this tight neck, or I have my back pain, or whatever. So it's all these things. And I think I mentioned this before, but for me it's like, wow, the heart specialists in US are now learning how to help people to forgive, because they noticed a correlation between people who have not forgiven somebody or themselves and the heart problems.
Okay.
So they are making this correlation, and the heart specialists, the doctors, are helping people, asking them, is there somebody in your life that you haven't forgive, yourself or somebody else?
Because
let's begin there.
So it's physically are there. Yeah,
exactly. And that's interesting. So the medical medicine is coming to that point too, to see that all the thoughts and strong emotions, heavy emotions, are somewhere creating something.
It does, of course.
So, people who are happy all the time, or skipping, or taking life like very easy and light, they are not sick. They don't need to. So, and that's why I when you get more conscious about what you think and what you use your time in mentally and verbally, and always with everybody. So if you are not sick, you are in a very light place. And if you get the flu, or if you get something, it's just an indication. It's nothing wrong.
No.
Just an indication where your energy is.
Yes. And if you... lost my track.
Lost my mind.
Yeah, lost my mind. Where is it? Yeah, and I was thinking about being positive or being skipping, and that is also, even if you are having an awesome life and are content with your life, that doesn't mean that you jump out of bed and you are very positive in that way. That it's more a subtle feeling. I think it doesn't always have to be that, oh, I'm the happiest person, and when I walk in, people know that I'm the happiest person, and I have to tell everybody how happy and positive I am. It's not about that. It's more, for me, it's more about a comfort feeling, more than, ooh, yippee yippee yo, it's not that kind of happiness.
Exactly.
For me, but it could be different for people.
Exactly. But I mean, it's to be like high in emotional scale for me also is like, I could wake up like smile, inner smile, to be that's, oh, it's cozy, it's like inner warmth in my body, and it's inner smile. It doesn't need to look at my face all the time, but it's the calmness, the satisfaction inside that makes me just peaceful. Wow, cool, I like this. So it could be like this tiny feeling inside, like I like this. It doesn't, you don't need to jump and scream like, "Hoo-hoo!"
You can do that, but you don't
Occasionally.
have to.
You can do that too.
If you want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So an awesome life is like you are in the charge, what you are talking about with other people, what you are thinking about. It's like, and who's those friends, people you are being with? It's your choice. When you leave them after you're meeting them, are you inspired? Are you in peace inside?
Yeah.
Are you feeling harmony? Are you balanced? Are you happy? Whatever. What is your feeling after you leave them?
Yeah. And I think being aware of that you manifest your own life, you take charge. And I think sometimes when you are in the if you're not feeling so very well, one emotion could be that you feel like you don't have a choice, and that you cannot control your life, and having the choice, and you always can have that choice. Doesn't matter where you are, you can still decide how to feel about it. And that is very empowering.
Oh, it is.
Because that makes you in control. Doesn't matter what people are talking about. Doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter if I don't believe anything that somebody says, or that they are telling me, oh, you cannot be anybody, or you cannot be something. And I can be something. You can say whatever you want. I know what I believe in.
It's like you're leaving your victimhood. You're never a victim anymore.
No.
You don't even think anybody else is a victim. Or you don't feel pity for yourself. You don't feel pity for anybody else. Because everybody has the same possibility to feel good.
Yes.
No matter what. And that's also a strength to have with you. Because you see the world with new eyes, like loving eyes.
Yeah.
And it was something more you talk about. What was it? I wanted to tell.
I don't know.
Yeah, awesome life, of course.
Forgetful life sometimes.
Yes. I listened to Aid this morning, and they talk about. There was a guy asking, how about our memories? Does they serve us? And Aid was like, no. I was like,
okay,
because I think they come from a place that 90% of people are using the memories in a destructive way.
Okay.
They associate, oh, they treat me bad when I was young, or I didn't have this when I was young, or try to make this an excuse to pity yourself or feel sorry or not forgive or have some negative feeling onto it.
Yes.
Because thoughts, aka memories, are always touched with the feelings. So first you remember nice memory, nice feeling. Oh, and that grandma who didn't like me or whatever.
Yeah, and that triggers something else.
Exactly. And that's why memory is tricky. They don't tell that memories are bad that you think about. But if you learn to think about the good memories, it's good for you. Of course.
Yeah.
Everything that makes you feels good. But we people tend to remember those things that are, I remember we didn't have the money, we were poor.
Yeah.
Does it feel good to think about when you were poor? No. So that's why the memories are not so, it's not a good activity to do if you don't mind what you are thinking about.
Yeah. Once again, it's a choice.
Exactly. What memories do you pick?
Yeah. And if
that
memory makes you feel good, and every time you think something, you feel something, you are creating.
Yeah.
So every time I have a bad memories and I think about it, and if it's sometimes maybe you have to do it, let's say if you're going through therapy or something, that you have to remember it to resolve it. But after you have resolved it, you don't have to go back and think about it again. So that is a choice that you make. Or even if you meet somebody that you have known a long time ago and they remind you of that person you were then, and you feel like, oh, but that's not me anymore. I don't want to talk about that. It's not that I'm ashamed, or it's just that it's not me.
Yeah.
Now.
And that's the same. That's the same when you meet somebody.
Yeah.
They are not the same anymore.
No.
So leave the history, leave the memories of those people. It could be your mom and dad. So as I told you, give them chance to
be who they are.
Exactly. They have their own evolution. And believe me, they have, if you allow them, if you have a strong picture about somebody and you meet them, so you don't meet the person, you meet the picture
of that person.
you don't see
and
what
it
they
doesn't
are.
matter what they try to,
Exactly.
you only have that picture because you have already,
and that's what they have to respond to.
The perception of who they are, not, and if you, and people can meet you the same way, so it's, if you want to have that chance, you can give other people the same chance.
So there was an example that I wanted to bring up here for long time ago. When I went to the party, I always choose the people who maybe sat alone or felt like
you felt
pity.
Sorry for
Exactly.
them. I have to go and save that person
Exactly.
more alone.
Let's say just, I feel pity for them. I'm sorry. So you're sitting here alone, and that was the persons who gave me just more contrast. I could say
a project to work on.
And when I noticed that, well, oh my God, what I'm doing, that's my pattern. And now when I go to party, I choose the people who are the most smiling, most happiest. The energy is like really nice, and I love the energy. We always talk about something inspiring. It could be, I love talking about flowers or travel or food I eat.
You always have a good...
of course. And we are together co-creating nice conversations. But I'm also in charge who I'm talking to, how long am I talking to them, and what am I talking about.
And you have another intent, because now your intent is to have fun.
Of course.
Before your intent was to save people maybe, or to be the nice girl, or so you have a different energy. So that's why.
Yeah, and the big difference is if you go somewhere to meet your family, your friends, a party, your workplace, to be something that you are not. That if you are tired after a party, tired mentally after meeting your friends, after meeting your family, after your work day, that means that you have been somewhere that you are not true to yourself.
Yeah, and that's why you feel depleted.
Exactly. You have no energy, you're tired, you want to sleep. Just close your eyes and ears. And that's the difference for me. If I go to party, I come from there with the same energy or more that when I went there. If I go to a work, would I choose? So I come from the work really energized and high vibrating and inspired and full of creative ideas. So that's the big difference for me from the past Jana and today Jana. And if I can do that, you can do it.
And because you have another perception, I think, that you don't need to save people. It's not your job. Your job is to be the best you and having the best time for you. And it doesn't mean that somebody who's sitting in the corner, that you don't want to have anything to do with it, or that you feel, it's more like, they have their choice as well. They can choose to be part of the conversation, or they can choose to be from themselves. Maybe they're more comfortable that way, but it's not your choice. So just because they chose there doesn't mean that you have to choose to drag them. It's your choice to be, I am here and I want to meet people here, not in the corner when they're sitting alone, because I wouldn't be in a party. I would probably be at home.
Exactly.
If I just wanted to be by myself.
Yeah, and that's, my previous life, like 10, 15, 20 years ago, was like I was this junkie for helping people. And that gave meaning to my life. And now the meaning for my life is to have fun, and not fun like laughing all the time, like fun, like follow my intuition, follow my gut feeling,
enjoying the moment.
Exactly. Follow my thoughts that feels good. Focus on, this beautiful thing. How can I do that? How can I get that? These beautiful people, laughing people, interesting people. Let's go there. It's like being pure and innocent, like 5 years old Jana, and doing things through that
energy
and still use my brain. Of course, I'm not naive.
No,
I'm not like you use your brain, but in a good way. It's a tool. It's not a jar.
It's guiding you, not
the boss,
scaring you or making every decision for you.
The HeartMath Institute, if you're interested, they they studied that the brain is emitting like this and magnetic energy less than the heart does, like way less.
Yeah.
So they have studied that the heart is the boss.
Yeah, it's not the brain.
It's not the brain. So brain is just a tool to
Yeah.
help us create things and use memories and use your hands and the body and tools around us to create more.
Yeah.
But heart is the boss.
Heart is the boss. Sounds good to me.
And also the emotion is our guides. What to do. Choose this or that. What feels best?
Yes.
That's the only guidance you have to use. To work. What feels best when I think about it?
Yeah.
To vacations. What do I choose? To meals.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Even when you are making a desire, you don't have to say, I want that specific job or I want that partner. Instead, you can focus on what the feeling is.
Yeah.
That you want to feel happy, that you want to feel productive, that you want to have stimulating conversation, that you want to be feeling safe, or you want the feeling is the thing, and then it will come to you. Maybe not the form, because we focus so much on the form and we think, oh, it have to be that company.
Exactly.
Or it have to be a person who looks like this, or happiness look like that, and it doesn't have a look.
People are so disappointed when I tell them, let go of the form. They want to work at this place, this workplace name,
it
blah,
have
blah,
to be
blah.
that.
And I go, okay, let go of that. Or, oh, I want to be with this guy, his name is, okay, let go of that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter who it is. It matters how you feel in your relationship, in your workplace.
And
exactly.
then if you focus on that will attract you. Oh, I will attract a relationship that makes me feel like that, not somebody who is this tall or looks that way, because it doesn't matter. You can get it, and you probably will get it, and then you feel, oh,
it wasn't what I wanted.
I thought I wanted this, and it looks like the things that I wanted, but it doesn't feel like I wanted to feel. And sometimes you don't know what the feeling is, and that is your work. You have to
who tastes the food you don't like.
How do I want to feel when I'm in a relationship? How do I want to feel in my friendships? How do I want to feel in my life? And when you have that feeling in your life, because maybe you have it in a small doses, focus on that and make that grow. Let that be your focus.
It was like when I am an occupational therapist also in my previous life. And when I was leaving that field, thank you, afterwards I was like, is it really I leave that field, or can I be there just a little bit and do these other things what I really like and enjoy and get inspired of? I mean, I can combine those. So I was taking a job like occupational therapist, and after 1 day, sorry, I knew this is not for me, thank you. So after 2 days, I tell them, oh, sorry, or not sorry, I'm going to choose something else. So I leave this place for somebody else who wants to be here. So it doesn't matter if you taste the same thing again and you notice, okay, I have been eating enough of this. I want something else. And it's okay. It doesn't matter.
No.
So don't be afraid to choose. I mean, I have people around me who are so afraid to choose because they are afraid to choose wrong.
Yeah, because you think if I choose this way, it's forever. But it's not forever. You can always choose again and again and again and again.
And there is a belief also that you think there is something wrong.
Yeah.
So when you drop the wrong, so it's just a choice.
Yeah, it wasn't
and
for
you
me.
choose again and you choose again. So it's never wrong. So don't be afraid to choose. Choose and choose and choose over again and taste that and taste this, and then you move on. So as long as you're practicing to be true to yourself, and that means that you love yourself anyway. And I always talk about EFT tapping. It's a good way to love yourself anyway. You can just Google tapping.
Emotional freedom technique.
Yeah, exactly. And my favorite is Brad Yates. He's a really awesome guy. And that's the way how you can love yourself, even though you eat the chocolate, even though you smoke, or even though I have this envy in me, or even though I choose the wrong thing, or whatever, even though I'm unhappy. it's okay and I love myself. So
Anyway, yes.
exactly, it's like accepting where you are and make a new decision from that.
Yeah.
Where you are is a good starting point. Wherever you are, always.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing with the mornings. Morning is always a new start. You can start over every morning.
Yeah,
And if
and
you
you
take a
said-
nap, that's a new start.
Yes.
It's like reset button.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have any questions or you wonder something, or if you have want to have coaching from us, please feel free to connect with us. You find our homepage, or you can mail us in info@effortlessliving. Is it .com or .se?
.se.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even know that. People find us anyway. So we can do it in Skype or face-to-face, depending where you live, of course. We do it in Swedish and English. Other languages?
No, not yet.
Oh, Finnish.
Yeah.
Finska. And of course, and we have these workshops. So keep track on our workshops if we want to be there.
Yeah.
And as we
have one next week on the 25th if you live in Stockholm.
And if you speak Swedish.
And if you speak Swedish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are making those workshops in English too.
as well. Yeah, we're available to do that.
Exactly. And we have had those too in previous years. Yeah. So feel free. And until next time, we
have an awesome life.
Have an awesome day. Bye.